Buongiorno, hello, bonjour à tout le monde. Last night I made myself some pan pizza. I posted a picture up on Facebook and I got so many likes, so many comments. I figured, you know what? I'm going to show you how to do it and I thought it would be fun. But first of all, this video is brought to you by Alex Pace from Remax. If ever you have any information needs in regards to real estate, I'm your guy. Here are the ingredients you're going to need to make the pizza. So basically, you need a cup of warm water for the yeast. You're going to put 2¼ teaspoons of yeast into the warm water and make it dissolve. I also add a teaspoon of sugar in order to activate the yeast. I also am going to put in there 2½ cups of flour. I use bread flour because I find it turns out better. You're also going to put in a little bit of salt. I don't know probably about a teaspoon. I don't usually measure it. I just take it and put it in. And the other thing I put in there is some garlic powder to give it a little bit of that Italian, zippity-doo. And of course, there's the olive oil. So basically, let's go ahead and put all this stuff together and make some pizza dough. Okay, so first things first, on va prendre un peu de levure. We're going to take, like I said, 2¼ teaspoons. I'm going to only use half of the dough for the pizza that I'm going to cook, and I'm going to leave the other half for my son because he always seems to eat everything I make, and one pizza is not enough for both of us, actually. So here, you're supposed to put 1 teaspoon of sugar. I usually just throw it in. I don't usually measure it. I give it a little stir, and then just basically let it sit so that it actually activates. All right, so probably around 10-15 minutes for that. So now for the next step, the flour. No pizza is complete without flour. So basically what we need is 2½ cups. After that, what we do is we basically add some sugar in there. So let me that looks like it's about enough. Then what we do is we put in some salt, just like a teaspoon or so, something like that. And of course, we put in the garlic. I did wash my hands because of COVID, so we don't have to worry about it right now. And that's it for the flour. Oh, sorry, I was gonna forget the olive oil here. I buy this at Costco. I love this oil. It's got like some residue at the bottom of it. Just find it's a little bit more rustic. So this guy here, we'll measure it with a tablespoon. We'll put 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And you know what? Nobody's looking, so here's another little bit right there. Now, I am an Italian, and I should be using my hands to, mix the dough up, but what can I say? I'm going to cheat a little bit, and we're going to use a mixer. So now, before we even start, let's take a quick look at the yeast here. You see how it's actually activated and it's ready to go. So here we go. And there's the dough with the mix. I'm using a gimbal here, guys, so I'm using it for the first time. So I'm still getting used to it, all right? So be patient with me, all right? So let's go get that mixer. All right, so give it a last zippity-doo. And I think this guy's ready. All right, so the dough, it depends how you like it. I like it personally a little bit on the sticky side. I find the pizza comes out, it tastes better when it's on the sticky side. But if you want to put some more flour, you're more than welcome to. It's easier to work with. Here, let's get this baby out of the way. All right, so let's put some extra flour in there just to basically make it easier to handle. And we'll take it out here. See, so we made an actual ball here, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this baby rise. What I do is I'll oil the bowl that it was in, put that in there, and just spray some oil on top. I'm gonna cover this with plastic and let it rest for about an hour and a half. All right. Okay, so I made a mistake. I forgot to mention one thing that always makes the pizza taste better. You have to have a couple of these first. At $6 a bottle, doesn't get better than this. Okay, so back to making the pizza. So usually in order to season the pizza from the bottom, you put olive oil, some salt, some black pepper if you like. I don't have any because I don't like black pepper, with a little bit of oregano. So I'm gonna change this up a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil, and I have a secret part of the recipe that I'm gonna share with you. You know, you can buy eggplants. I like usually the spicy ones, but they didn't have any this week at IGA. So what I do is I'll put a couple of tablespoons of that because it's got a nice pickled taste. Put a little bit of oregano, just sprinkle it out a little bit. Not too much. I think I put a little bit too much. But anyways, okay, so basically we're gonna let that season the pan. It's gonna take on the actual taste a little bit. And in about 45 minutes, when the pizza dough finally rises, we're gonna take it, we're gonna spread it in here, all right? So I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so we're back. So as you can see, the dough has risen quite a bit. Wow, look at that, huge, eh? All right, so we're gonna take half of the dough, because this is for 2 medium pizzas. Just gonna flip it around like that. Houston, we have a problem. As I was slamming the pizza down, my phone storage was full, so missed the whole step. The part where I took the dough ball, cut it in half, put half of it in here, and I spread the other pizza in here in the pan. So unfortunately, we missed the part, but you get the idea. Everybody knows how to spread the pizza. So basically, next step is to put it on the stove top and start cooking. So step number 1, start your broiler. You want it on high. Okay, so that's going to start the broiler. So that's going to be the second step. And we're basically going to put the stove top at medium. All right. So I set the timer to 8 minutes, and we're going to start cooking the pizza dough while we actually dress it up. So the first thing, I usually use this pizza sauce. It's pretty good. So unless I make it myself, but didn't have it this time around, didn't have time to actually to make it. So we're going to use bought tomato sauce. So what you want to do is you want to spread the sauce all the way to the edge of the pizza. And you'll see that by spreading it to the edge, you're going to get that nice little crusty, kind of caramelized cheese, tomato sauce, and all your other dressings. Be careful not to put too much tomato sauce on your pizza, because then it's going to be kind of soggy and all drained up. All right. And this is obviously going to grow as it cooks. So you see, I think I put a little bit too much sauce, so I'm going to remove it. All right. Put that out of the way. Now basically what I do is I'll put a little bit of cheese just to give it a little bit of air between the cheese, the pizza dough, and the pepperoni, or whatever other dressings you put on top. Spread it to the side too so that it caramelizes. I like that burn little crust there. All right, so pepperoni time, favorite part. So right up to the edge. All right. Now you could put whatever you want on the pizza dough. Countdown, we got 6 minutes left. So stressful. And that's it for the toppings. So we're gonna wait for this to finish cooking for about 4 minutes, and we'll take it from there and we'll put it into the oven when it's ready to broil. All right. So basically, it's pretty much ready. It's dinging. So we're gonna take this now. We're gonna put it in the oven. Now, the next part is we got to be really careful because once it's in the oven, things happen really fast with the broil on, okay? So here we go. Take it and put it into the oven. Okay, so let's take a quick peek and see how things are going. Well, it's cooking, but got to give it some more time. The cheese has to caramelize a little bit. Let's take a quick look here. Open up the oven, pull out the pizza, and voila. Look how nice that is. I hope it shows. So now what you got to do, it's still cooking the bottom. You got to be careful because the cast iron is really hot. So I'm just going to put it here for now. Let it cool off a little bit. So there you go, my friends. Et voici mes amis. So here's the pizza. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you make it and let me know how it turns out. In the meantime, remember, Alex Pace, real estate broker, Remax. Give me a call if you need me. Take care and buon appetito. Ciao.